Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 3 of Polymerikum. Let's get on with it and stop faffing around and wasting so much more of my time. Okay, this is interesting. This is certainly very different. Not quite sure what's going on here. Oh no, not another puzzle! Today I fixed door 5, but the switches need to be switched up before setting them in the code position. What? There's no switch here! Okay, so I need to go find a switch to get the 5th one in. They're on the far left, and then I need to get some form of a code, a sequence, to get this door open, presumably. What does it say? Ah, okay, so that's downwards, upwards, downwards, upwards. 4 plus 1. Okay. I'm not quite sure what the 4 plus 1 means, but it's got to be of some use to me, and I might as well write it down. Give me something other to do than bang my head against the wall. Okay, so where's the other switch? Or is there not another switch? It looks like... Oh no, there's only 3, there's not 5. What am I butchering on about? Okay, there must be another switch somewhere. So let me find that. Okay, I wonder if possibly a different combination of the 3 switches could be used in order to open one of the other 2 doors. Let me do a little bit of trial and error on this, see if I can work it out. But the switches need to be switched up, down before setting them in code position. Oh. Okay, I'm not entirely sure how we did that, but never mind. I switched them all down, and then I switched the 2nd one and the 4th one up, and suddenly it was working. I'm not even going to try and question the puzzles in this game, we're just going to get on with it. Can I escape now? Am I free? No, of course not. They're speaking, with me they talk, but they're not friends, not good. Okay. Uh-huh. Ah, a gas mask. So when I went into this airlock, yes, it says have a gas mask on. I didn't. That must be what went wrong. Now I can go into the cave without suffocating. Ah, I see. I comprehend. Finally, a puzzle I've actually been able to work out instead of just banging my head against the wall. Uh-oh. That didn't sound good. I don't know what's in those barrels, but I doubt I want it in the oxygen. Okay, let's keep exploring this cave. Presumably these are the caves the gardener was going on about, saying that they could be used to escape. Can you hear them? Listen, they are singing. They always sing when someone comes along. Detonator module? For what? That didn't stay up long enough for me to read it. Okay, so I have the detonator module for something, but what exactly I'm going to blow up with it, I'm not sure. Okay. I think that red effect around my eyes is more to represent my heartbeat rather than anything else. I should imagine that's just shock and tension rather than particular fear over an enemy coming towards me. I don't think it's the end of the world. Okay, what do we have here? The tunnel to the lower respiratory collapsed yesterday after these 2 madmen had done their mischief down there. I've seen the older one before, but I think it was the gardener from the living group Alpha The boy was a laboratory assistant or a trainee. I have nothing to say here, otherwise I would have forbidden the two of them to go through here. But I am only the garbage man. I don't really care about anything. We're all lost anyway. Dr. Boyer came down here this morning and groaned at me that I should immediately open the tunnel again. I threw the detonator into the small flat cave, let him go and look. Hopefully this fat bag gets stuck in the vault. This stupid fat pig, the environmental pollution of the nation. Hopefully it will be BTM. What? Further text not readable. Okay, so there's a soda can and there's something. Okay, but the detonator for what? For this? Okay, so we blew something up. What precisely, I'm not sure. So we cleared the way to escape. Reopened a tunnel. Cleared a collapsed part. Oh, charming. A hut in the door. Okay, I'd rather escape than go back into the facility, but never mind. Okay. Okay, that's the end of the gas mask section. Let's see, is there anything else here in these lockers that I should be bothered about? Aha, there's a note. Not everything that is legally right is morally right. Just because your boss says it has to be that way doesn't mean he's right. I always knew this job would make me sick, but I didn't listen to myself. If anyone should ever read my work report log, then please always remember this. Always listen to your feelings. If something feels wrong, it's definitely wrong. Well, I wouldn't entirely agree with that, but it's an interesting philosophy, I'll give you that. Victor is dead. I found the pieces of him in the old bunker at the geothermal system. I don't know what happened, but I know that I'll quit my job soon. Everything became worse. Ron. Okay, can I have a wash? Wash my worries away. Okay, interesting word. Is that really the German word for bathroom? If so, that's wonderful. Okay. So let's keep exploring. I think we've inhaled enough of that gas recently, thank you. Okay, what's going on here? Okay, probably need to get this light to go green, probably by loading in the right chemicals. Oh no. Okay, so this is presumably another puzzle. What does this say? I've thrown any kind of light source into the cave that I found here. Everything that burns or is powered by batteries is immediately attacked and absorbed. I should probably turn this off then. Juliana and Andreas were attacked and killed while trying to enter the cave with a flashlight. That was 22 days ago. I am still shocked and in the deepest of grief. I love them very much. They seem to be the only ones I could trust. They were the only ones who believed me. Peterson. Okay, so I think Peterson's the big cheese. He's the bloke at the top of all of this. He's the epicenter of all of this shenanigans. Interesting. So possibly this is where the whole flashlight is dangerous thing comes into play. Oh, okay, so there are many chemicals. I think I finally found a way to get out of here. However, under the sun you pronounce that can be bound with the Vex 4 agent and a creamy substance is formed. This substance adheres to human skin cells for a time. Though the whatever is the subsequent mix, the substance began to glow in red-blue colours. I only got this when I combinate and store the first and second substance in the N mix. Then I combinate the third substance with the N mix and direct out over mix 2 at the same time. The result goes to the spray chamber. Maybe I managed to turn myself into a flashlight if I take a shower in there, as long as I move carefully through the caves without battery-powered lights. The dark gods may have no interest in me, hopefully. Okay, so what you're saying is I need to combine a varying number of chemicals to give myself a natural bioluminescence such that I can walk through the cave without the flashlight on but still see where I'm going. Right. Okay. Right, okay, so where's the tunnel? Where's this place that is dangerous to go into? Yes, flashlight off, light kills. Okay, so this is where we need to go when we've figured this out. I couldn't stop Herbert from going into the cave with the young man. He knew that the cave was full of guards. I told him that it would be fatal for both of them, but he said he didn't care. He just wanted the boy to make it to the surface. If necessary, he would distract the guards so the boy could escape. Right, okay, so I need to combine some chemicals together in order to make myself luminescent. Right, that much I reckon I can... Hello again. I reckon I can figure that out. My plants die slowly. The light of the UV lamps is not enough to keep the plants growing, and most of the lamps are already broken by the constant quakes and power disturbances. If I don't make it out of here soon, I will starve. The preserves and food I found here are almost used up. Moreover, Kermit broke out of his terrarium last night. Kermit's a frog, that's amazing. I don't know how. I didn't give him any test substances. He has grown strangely tall in the last few days, but I can't explain. Now I don't know where he is because I leave many doors open. I will miss him. Okay, so Kermit the Frog is running rampant. Today I will start my escape through the cave. According to the old plans, I would have to get through the cave to the underground research complex. The thermal flow to the machines is disturbed again. Once again, I have to go down to the old bunker. There lies corpses. They are wrapped in foil, and I cannot see if they are real people. Apparently, the medical research complex has hidden them there. I don't want to know what they did with these people. I'll uncover the whole thing if I make it to the top. Today, Herbert suddenly showed up here. He had fought his way through the toxic repository cave to the underground complex. He had one of the trainees with him, but the boy was unconscious. Herbert had carried him on his shoulder. It's good that the old man is still so strong. Must be due to the daily gardening work. I managed to pep the boy up again with a bit of medicine I found here. Okay. So, the cavern is very dangerous, and many people have tried to escape in it via different methods, via a bait and switch, and also via trying to create a non-battery powered light. Okay, right, let me make my way back to that machine. Yeah, here we are. Thing is, I can't interact with this machine. I can't click on anything here, which does confuse me a little. Key for the underground bunker. Okay, is that down the tunnel or is that somewhere else? No, that's this door, which wasn't open previously. Okay. So does this give me a way of turning the machine on such that I can create the bioluminescence that I need? Giddy on, this is a long stairway. It's like 087B all over again. Extremely long. Okay, this doesn't seem at all dangerous. Bunker 16F. Okay. So is this the tunnel with the monsters in it that kill anything with batteries or not? I woke up here in foil. I don't know. I not remember had to go to doctor, then woke up here. Darkness, no skin. I don't feel hunger. I eat now alone. I hunger, read, no help, no, I am not dead, cannot think. Okay, interesting. So that other note referenced people who were wrapped in foil that have been experimented on by doctors. Ah, people like this, presumably. I don't know what happened. I woke up here in plastic foil. I don't remember how I got here. I cannot feel. Hi. You okay? You want a glass of water? Biscuit? No. Okay. The last thing I remember is that I went to the doctor because I felt sick, but they sent me to the medical research centre. I was never there before. I must get out of here. Well, you have a lovely time practicing your sit-ups, and I will get the hell out of here. These are the doors open. Just more bodies. Okay, right, let me just quickly check this room, because I'm not sure which one of them is like the progression room. They might link up to the same tunnel, actually. Why does that only open a tiny bit? That's very disconcerting. That doesn't open. Any more notes? No. Okay, let me go back then. Here, and just go through here, see if this... See if any of this can possibly explain what under the, oh no, what under the sun is going on. I haven't got a clue. It's still red, so presumably I need to I need to find some sort of a code. Maintenance booklet 9.9. Pumps connected in series, pumps set in parallel, pumps connected in the series again, pumps connected in parallel, in the series, in parallel, series. Which idiot keeps switching them to simultaneous flow? Me, parallel, pump P1 to P2 set, Peterson, pumps connected in parallel again, hopefully the pressure will stay a while. Okay, so we're trying to get the right pressure. So we've got 5 valves. So should they all start being off or start being on? Let's assume they should all start being off. Right, okay. So maybe try number 2. Then number 1 and number 3. 1 and 3. Then 4 and 5. What does that do? That does nothing. Okay, welcome to the second part of the third episode. Episode 3.2, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so, this puzzle was breaking my brain, basically, so I couldn't work this one out. So I gave up, and I came back the next day. Obviously, you see my shirt's changed. I had this puzzle the wrong way around. I thought the idea was you had to turn them all on in sequence, you see. You had to use like the first 2 to get the, and number 3 to get the 2 pumps working, and then 4 and 5 to then get the stuff out of the pumps and then get it off to the machine so that you can do the stuff with the chemicals. That's not actually what it is. You're supposed to just get these pumps running, which means you need number 2 running, number 1 running, and number 3 running. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're through the puzzle now, and that's all that matters. We've got that operating now, which means we can now get out of here and go back to the chemical plant, and we can start seeing if we can get that machine operating. Okay, so one thing that I did want to quickly do before we get on with anything else is this isn't, no, hang on a minute, I came from this direction. Yeah, sorry, it's been a little while. Where did I come from? No, this is where I entered. That's not possible, because when I was entering the bunker, I came in from this direction. I swear that's not possible. I swear that when I entered that bunker, the pipes were on my left, which means when I left, they should have been on my right, but they weren't. They were still on my left. Okay, never mind. Okay, right. I wanted to have a couple of thoughts about this game and puzzle horror games in general. Firstly, the first thing I want to say is that this game is very good. This game is very well put together. Obviously, there are slight problems with the translation, but obviously the developer's native language is German, so that's perfectly understandable, and it hasn't so far actually impeded me in terms of actually working out what I'm supposed to be doing, where I'm going, etc, etc, etc. Is this all changed since I was last here? Because is the reality warping again? Because honestly, I swear this didn't look like this last time. But anyway. Yes, technically this game is very good, and so far I've been enjoying it very much. With the exception of some of the puzzles. The problem I have with the puzzles is that they're extremely abstract. Like, the first aid room is an elevator, and if you set a certain frequency and do a thing with a machine, and then have some water running through a certain pipe... Hi. That then turns a first aid room into an elevator. You'll pardon me if I find that somewhat abstract and somewhat far-fetched, to the point where you can't really work it out per se. Yes, this machine is now working now. Okay, fantastic. Which means I need to go back and find the formula, which I've written down somewhere. Okay, so, like with, like, say, a Sherlock Holmes novel. Say you're going through a Sherlock Holmes novel and you're trying to figure out who the criminal is before Holmes does, okay? Now that's fine because it's all logical. It's all like, oh no, Amy couldn't have killed Sarah because Amy was in Singapore at the time, so she wouldn't have been able to do it. It's all logical. But things like, how does a frequency in a machine that has audio cassette tapes in it impact a first aid room on the other side of the building, then turns it into an elevator? That's my only problem with puzzle horror games. That so often the puzzles can't be worked out. You have to just try stuff and see if it works, which to me is not exactly how a puzzle should be. A puzzle should be something that you can just work out with your brain, rather than trying to oh, I haven't written down the entire formula, rather than trying to work it out. So that's my only problem with the puzzle side of this. My other problem with it is a little bit more of a conceptual level. Is that, at least with me, I don't really feel that I don't really feel that puzzles meld well with a horror game, because pacing in a horror game is extremely important, and it's almost impossible to pace a puzzle. Because you could have looked at that valve puzzle, and you could have said, okay, somebody probably would have worked that out in about 5 minutes, maybe. But I didn't. It literally took me all evening. Which is fine, you know, that's not the puzzle's fault, that's my fault for being stupid. But at the same time, it kind of breaks the scariness of the game, because you go through phases. You go through, okay, this is a horror... You go through a phase of, this is a horror game, and then you go through another phase of, this is a puzzle game. Which, to me, isn't quite the purpose of a horror game. Ah, here we are. Like, maybe you want a horror game to be a horror game all the time. Maybe you wanted to go in sort of fits and bursts so that the audience has time to recover, so that they're then fully prepped to be scared again, which if so, that's absolutely fine. But at the same time, I don't know. Maybe those thoughts make sense, maybe they don't, but let me write this stuff down and then we'll work out what we're doing with this formula, okay? Okay, so we need to combine this thing with the world's longest name with the Vex 4 polymer. What do we put that in with? Let's try that. No, I don't think it likes that. What does it? No, okay. Is that a good noise or a bad noise? I can't interact with any of this anymore, so I would assume it's Oh, that's right. It was talking about like red and blue colours, wasn't it? I remember now. Okay, right. Give me a minute. I'll work this out. I won't bore you with any more of the puzzles. We'll just jump straight to me having completed them. Okay, I think we may have done it. I'm not entirely sure. To be honest, I just resorted to trial and error after that much waiting. Okay, so I think, yeah. I need to turn my flashlight off and keep the... So I've got the bioluminescence going now, so it says don't run and don't have any lights. So if we just walk through the tunnel, don't turn the light on, don't run, we should hopefully be able to get through this without these Guardians of Darkness or whatever they're called assaulting me. See, this game does its atmosphere and its horror quite well. I'm just not quite sure about the pacing when it's partnered with all of the puzzles. I don't know. I've never particularly been a man to... I like working things out, don't get me wrong. I get a great deal of joy out of working something out and thinking, yeah, I worked this out. I used my brain power to figure out what under the sun was going on. But with so many puzzles and games, I don't feel that way at the end of it, because it's not really about working anything out, because they're often so abstract and convoluted that it's not about working something out like a maths equation. It's not like using a method or using logic and ruling out different options. It's just about banging your head against the wall. But never mind, never mind. Hopefully that's the end of the puzzles, even though I said that before the hardest puzzle came along. Never mind. It seems that these plant-like growings are some sort of relay or energy module. If I manage to activate them all, I might be able to slip through the ring-shaped beings. Somehow these plants are connected to the thing. I just can't move too fast because whenever I run I feel like I'm being followed. The medical research centre can't be far from here. Plant-like growings are an relay or energy module. If I activate them all, I can slip through the ring-shaped being. I get the distinct impression this is another puzzle. The ring-shaped being. What? This tentacle thing? Okay, is this what they were talking about saying the energy module things? Is that what these are? I would assume so. I can't seem to interact with them, so we'll assume for the time being that we're just meant to keep moving and keep going. Okay. Yeah, there's more of these things. I don't know how under the sun I'm supposed to activate them though. Let's follow this tentacle and see where it leads us. There's another note. That's it. I wasn't careful enough. It stares directly at me. It has a face. No, it has many faces. That is my end. Please, if anyone should ever find and read this, tell my fat wife Greta that I can't stand her, that I never could stand her, and this research, all a big lie. It was never for the good of mankind, and these people, they want to create uber soldiers. I assume that's super soldiers. War industry. This is Dr. Frank Peterson. Polymerikum is a dangerous cult. Oh, is that you? Okay, well, I'm glad you're having a nice time. Well, it's nice to finally meet you, Doctor. I've been following your work, and so far I'm very unimpressed. Okay, so am I supposed to just keep exploring these caves, or am I actually supposed to do anything? Okay, this is a bit freaky. It looks like we're coming to the central node of wherever these tentacles come from. Yeah, I can't pass by this. So presumably I must interact with something. The question is what, because I can't seem to interact with those plants. Hello. Okay, so the flashlight is not how you activate the plants, and the flashlight does indeed get you killed. Right. Okay. Give us a minute, and I'll try and work this out. Okay, and now it's magically open. I didn't even do anything. I was literally wandering around, because you can't interact with anything. You can't click on anything. You can't do anything. Shining the light on it doesn't work. Nothing seemed to be doing anything to any of those plants, but I just walked by one and one made a funny noise, and then I walked back here and all of a sudden that big red monster was gone. I reiterate my point about the puzzles not being able to be worked out. It's just a matter of guessing. I mean, that wasn't even guessing. At least with the pumps I thought, well, I wasn't approaching it from this angle before. What if I sort of reevaluate my perspective? It wasn't even that. Puzzles are I should emphasize this. Puzzles are an extremely difficult thing to put into games because everybody interprets them differently. You know, a puzzle that I find unbelievably easy, you may find extremely difficult, and vice versa. And a puzzle that you may find very entertaining, I may find very annoying. So don't get me wrong, it's extremely difficult to put good puzzles into a game. So I'm not saying that this developer has done anything wrong or they haven't done it well. Absolutely not. They have made a very good game. Absolutely they have. A game that I really enjoyed. Certainly enjoyed the horror elements of it anyway. And the design is fantastic, and the sound design is good, and the visual effects are good. It's all really very good. It's just, once again, my complete inability to solve puzzles is not serving me very well. But never mind. Is somebody in carbonite or is somebody under a blanket? Right, okay, so we checked all these doors. So we're obviously in some form of a hospital. If there are any different rooms. I'm guessing this is a morgue. Don't think I can open any of these. Any notes? Is this openable? No, okay. So we've got ourselves an elevator with a red light on it. So one would assume we need to make that light green. Another bunny rabbit? No, no more bunny rabbits. That's a shame. They've been the high point of this game. They're so cute, even if they've got stuff in their face. Right. Subject name Hannah Marked, gender female, age 38, work section Alpha A3. There's something wrong with her. That's a very amazing medical analysis you've got there. The plasma is not spreading properly. Her pulse is too high. I'll leave her in the room for the night tomorrow and I'll try it again. Okay, so they were clearly performing experiments on people here. Something to do with plasma. Unknown key. Well, that's useful. Some more boxes. Okay, let's keep exploring. That's locked. That's locked as well. Okay, so presumably that goes to one of these locked rooms. Presumably it doesn't open the elevator. That must open one of these doors. I doubt it's going to be this one, since this one's blocked by the shelving unit. Let's see if it's any of these doors. Is it this one? Indeed it might be. Ah, okay, so this is some kind of an operating theatre. What do we have here? Obviously some diagram of the skeleton, possibly outlining their expected results of how the polymer will impact the skeletal structure of the subjects. I think those idiots up there have lost focus on the essentials. We need new material. How else are we supposed to continue our research? The previous material didn't work as expected. I can't even tell if they're still alive. They just don't move anymore, Dr. Kamar. Okay, so this is obviously the medical research lab thingamajig they were talking about that was underground. So this is where they used the materials that they'd been developing in the plant. So there's a plant up top, and this is where they're using the plant in order to figure out what they can do with it. And judging off the other notes, they're trying to create some form of a super soldier, I think. Right, okay. Today, two men entered the station through the elevator shaft. An old, strong man, a young trainee. Okay, I think that's Herbert and the boy that they were talking about before. The old man claimed to be the gardener in the Alpha building. However, unfortunately, we had to remove him because he knew too much. The boy seems to be the ideal subject for the upcoming experiment. I examined him. His binding properties to the creature are excellent. I'm sure the colleagues at the Delta Complex will be delighted. Dr. Fuller. Okay, so that's one of the young trainees who got through the tunnel with Herbert. And Herbert presumably is now dead. Ah, another cafeteria. Nothing ever goes wrong in the cafeteria. Right, okay. Is there anything here of consequence? See, it does the horror nicely. It genuinely does. Okay, some scales, some notes I can't read. Anything here? Nope. Anything in the back room? No. Anything under here? No. Nothing, not so much as a crumb. Okay. Oh, hello. I say, you're very thin. You're very thin indeed. If you find this message, please forward it immediately to the Disaster Control Headquarters. It is an emergency. My name is Thomas Wieland. I haven't got a clue how you pronounce that. I was attacked in the case by a creature. It attacked my body and I can hardly move anymore. I will not survive. My colleague Richard Fenn was also attacked when we were in the caves. I wasn't able to rescue him. We tried everything to stop the threatening catastrophe. We tried to stun it. We even shot at it when we saw it in the cafeteria of the Alpha building. No success. No success. The rest of our team is the Delta complex and will try to catch it. Please get help immediately. Please help us. Do you remember ages ago when we were trying to solve the first aid room puzzle? We were in a cafeteria and there was a big glass wall and people shot at us. And do you remember another situation even earlier where there was a door that we were walking up to and there were two men who looked like this and they shut it on me? What if I'm the bad guy? Interesting. Interesting. Oh. Oh, I don't know what came through here, but whatever it was not a happy camper. Okay, right, is there anything here? Any notes? What's that? What does that say? Words I can't read because they're in German. Okay, right, anything here? Kitchen tidy. Remaining stock cleared into cupboards. I will leave the keys for access to the Delta complex here as a precaution. Aha, okay, so now we've got access to the Delta section. Isn't that where they said the rest of their team was that was trying to catch me? If so, I probably shouldn't be going to the Delta section, but I need to get out of here. Or go somewhere. I honestly don't know where. Aha, Delta. Here we are. This must be where the key goes. Okay. But that's very interesting. That's kind of revitalized the story a little bit. Very interesting indeed. Okay, it's all quiet all of a sudden. More elevators that don't work. Oh, door is closed behind me. Okay. Okay, what are we going to do? The rear anomaly has appeared. The materials are going completely insane. One of the beings permanently tries to influence the structure of the building. The last evocation of the form giver was a catastrophe. Dirk died rather when he tried to appease the being. Wherever he may be now, I hope he finds his peace. The Raven must return. Long live Lomargarthia SL. What? Oh, it's like Five Nights at Freddy's. Can I turn this on? Okay, so I can switch certain camera views. One of them's some papers on a desk, and the other one's a corridor. Okay, I don't know where those two locations are, but hopefully be able to find them. That's a key card. We see who it's of. Nope, not a clue. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, this place is enormous. Okay, presumably that's where yeah, look, there's a lift at the bottom. There's the corridor with the stairs that I came in by, and this is the room here with the cross where I am now. Okay, so I don't know what I'm looking for yet, so what exactly this map is going to help me with, I'm not sure. Okay, does this open? No, it doesn't. Okay, so let's have a look around and see if we can figure out where those two locations on the cameras are. Okay, one of them might be here. No. Okay, I don't think one of them's here. Okay. Maybe the location of those cameras is a tiny bit less important than me dying. Okay, my flashlight doesn't seem to be working very well at the minute, so I'll keep it turned off where I can, in order to not attract any unnecessary attention. Oh dear, a fire. Also, I apologise if I seem slightly detached today, as if I'm not quite with it. It's unbelievably hot in here and my brain is on fire, and my legs feel like they're about to melt. So I apologise. I don't know how the weather changed so rapidly from a relatively chilly day to an absolutely boiling hot one, but never mind. Okay, let's keep exploring. See what else we can find. Okay, good. My vision's cleared up a bit. Okay, this is the junk room, it would seem, where they keep all of the junk just in case you run out of any and you need some. Very convenient. This is very brightly coloured all of a sudden. Let's just close that just in case. Okay, what does this say? Another week and I can close this off forever. Monica already went to the vault last week and didn't come back. I don't see why I have to keep up the EDP here on my own. We don't need that anymore. I haven't received any news from Alpha headquarters in 3 days. It seems as if we have been completely separated from other areas together at the M1 station. Connie. Okay. So there's a vault, you say. That seems very familiar from somewhere or other. So there's a vault somewhere that presumably I need to go into at some point. When is it going to be somebody walked out of this place and escaped? Because I want to follow them. The day has come. I have to leave Connie alone here, but I'm sure that he will be able to keep the EDP in good shape without any problems. It won't be long before he is also called to come. The pain of never seeing our beloved families again hit him and me hard. After all, it will be a consolation for me to go to the eternal hunting grounds with my best colleague. Okay, so this was Monica's room and this was Connie's room. Monica went first and then Connie went after. Eternal hunting grounds. They're going to Hercene, or whatever his name was, from Skyrim. The general key. Oh good, the key which unlocks the general. That's very convenient. I think I'm getting forgetful. I constantly leave the general keys somewhere where no one will find it again. The whole situation down here is driving me crazy. Yesterday there was a violent argument in the conference room. Oh, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Won't even try if I'm honest. I'll just defend somebody. Approached me crying. Since then she has locked herself in her apartment and does not answer. Bernard has already thought about breaking the door. He's worried that she has done something to herself. If so, I can understand it. Similar thoughts are already coming to me, Benny. Okay, so this place was really going crazy. Well, that's helpful, isn't it? That doesn't help at all. I can't... Well, fantastic. That's wonderfully useful. Okay. Okay, we're back here again. Which presumably means we can find that other door over here. Yes, there it is. Okay. But that doesn't quite help us. We're sort of back to square one. But we did find a gym. Sorry, I was getting a bit too much in my comfort zone, wasn't I? I needed the kick in the pants. Alright, that's fine. Okay, this is just the junk room again. So I'm guessing it's that gate that we're trying to get out of. I guess so, anyway. Let me just check that none of these doors are open again. Aha, this one is. Ugh. Okay, now it's less about Skyrim and Hercene and more about Antler from Repcon headquarters in Fallout New Vegas. I am not ready for the Conjuring. What under the sun are you talking about? I need an audio tape for this! Exclamation mark. Okay, that's for... Okay. Okay, so... Okay, that's just the fire. We don't really need to open that and suffocate ourselves with the smoke. Okay, so we need to find an audio tape and something that helps us conduct some kind of a conjuring ritual. Okay. What does this say? It's all my fault. I made a big mistake with the magnetic field calculation. The whole night I did new calculations with Stefan's help. I'm sure I found a solution now. The next cage will fulfill its function. Tonight I have to take care of Akira rather, sorry. Arika, honestly. Sorry, I am so bad at names. I left her alone the whole day. I'm such a bad father. Luckily she understands that we're in a dangerous situation now. Okay. Oh, it's another pussycat. Right, oh gosh. Please tell me I don't have to work this out. Let's assume for the time being that I don't, since I doubt it's got anything to do with the country. Ah, new key. Key for apartment W1. In the current state, the cages are unstable. The last attempt to keep a dark guard trapped inside was not successful. Okay, so they were trying to capture the creatures that were down in the tunnel, the ones that killed you for having a flashlight. Unfortunately, the magnetic field in the cage was much too weak. Our technician Daniel suffered severe injuries when he tried to activate the emergency shutdown of the hypersonic generator. He was immediately taken to the medical research station, and I haven't heard from him since. The doctors there don't give me any information. Okay, so that explains what they were doing. They were trying to capture those beings. What all this is about, though, I haven't a clue. I also don't know why they keep the frame rate keeps dropping. So if occasionally you do see the frame rate drop, I do apologise for that. There's nothing I can do about it. All folders are sorted and the room is tidied up. A pointless archive which will probably never be seen by anyone ever again. Well, I must say it is extremely tidy. That's at least something I can get behind. Okay, man, this place is a maze. I don't know if I should tell the others or not. Today I had a strange vision during the substance conjuring. For a short time it looked as if there was a fourth person in the room. Somehow this man looked familiar to me, but I don't trust my mind anymore. Okay, so they were trying to conjure some substance. Interesting. Strange thing to conjure, but never mind. A huge discussion about pointless stuff, and all because yesterday a strange old man came in from Delta Complex. He claimed to be a gardener from the Alpha building, but he was totally confused, talking about a trainee who is now being held at the medical search station. Oh, so Herbert wasn't killed, he was just sent off to somewhere else. If it were up to me, we should just let the gardener disappear unnoticed. He had no business here. I think he already knows too much. Okay, so he wasn't killed by the previous people, but it certainly sounds like these folks are into killing him. Leave these open? Nope, okay. They're insane. Now they think they can fight the material anomaly with the ritual. Last time Volca grew bigger and bigger and almost destroyed the entire facility. I'm so happy when I get out of here. Okay, so the summoning ritual is to do with fighting off some sort of being? Were they trying to kill whatever entity they had brought upon themselves here? Is that what they're trying to say? Ah, we're back here again. Still not sure how either of this helps. Okay. So I clearly need to do something with the ritual. And the only thing that I know that I need so far is some sort of an audio tape. So we've got a couple of keys. I need a telephone card for this. Okay, well there's a key card here next to a telephone. I don't suppose that's going to be enough though, is it? Okay, so there's a number of different things that I can interact with. There's a tape player and a telephone. But I don't think I can interact with either of them. So let me see if I can open any more doors with these keys that I've collected up. Have we been in here before? I think we have. Aha. Apartment. Presumably this is the apartment we found the key for. Okay. Right, let's see if there are any tapes or anything that could help us with the ritual in here. Doesn't like there's anything in here. That's an interesting design of fridge. That's a fantastic design of fridge, actually. Anything in the bathroom? Nope, nothing at all. Anything down here? Can't interact with the TV. Anything in here? Another piece of paper. After Takeo gave me his apartment key, his and his daughter disappeared without a trace. Now I was called and I could no longer take care of Akira's hamster. I put Takeo's key in his closet in the changing room. I hope he remembers our common hiding place for items. If he ever comes back, I brought the hamster to material store. Hopefully someone will take care of it. Goodbye, Delta. I will not come back. Susanna, sorry. Okay, yesterday my wife called. I hope she survived the trip. Now I can only wait until I start the journey with the children. Okay, I am infinitely confused by everything that's going on right now. Okay, so that didn't really help. Is there really nothing in here other than a couple of notes? There must be something, right? Or else what would be the point of finding the apartment key if it's just to go into a room where nothing's happening? A simple lighter won't be enough to get this. What? A simple lighter won't be enough to get this old wood burning. Okay, so I need a fire, something to make fire with, an audio cassette, and a telephone card. And as of yet, I have found none of those things. Okay, so perhaps I need some flammable substance, like some chemicals that I can put on the fire in order to make a simple lighter be enough to burn all of that. Possibly, I don't know. I'm finding this one more confusing than any other, possibly because I know exactly what I need, but I can't actually find any of the things that I need to do it with. Like, I have a fair idea of the bits and pieces that would be useful in order to help advance this particular quest, however I can't find any of them. There are many boxes and such, and many drawers, but there's nothing in any of them. Well, give me a minute and maybe I'll let them burn. I'm sure they're not the ones they pretend to be. Okay, so I can't take the fire extinguisher and put the fire out, even though the fire might actually lead me to a new location with something useful in it. So I'm not very enthused about the concept of putting the fire out. Okay. As you can see, our quarterly earnings of blood splatters have gone through the roof. Dear colleagues, Akira has her 7th birthday tomorrow. All children are cordially invited, and so have you. Best regards. Tomorrow morning exercise. Who's in? Let me know. I can no longer log on the terminal server. Today at 6 o'clock, Dirk gives a training for the ritual handling of matter. The designers need new drawing utensils. The CAD system has not been repaired. Warning, the anomaly is back. Do not go to 7C. New central number 0920. Warning, washing machine is broken. Do not use. Okay, these clues. There was a room with washing machines in it, so I might try the third room. I suppose this is the number I'm supposed to call on the thing, but I can't do that without a... Yeah, I can't do this without the card first. Okay, let me see if I can find the washing machine. Here we are. Interact with this at all? Can I interact with any of them? Press any buttons? Click anything? Nope. Okay, that's very useful. Okay, so possibly I'm reading too much into it, possibly they're not clues, I don't know. I am very lost at this point. This one is got me beat more than anything else, because at least with like the valve puzzle, at least there was a set number of different combinations that eventually I could have combined them all in order to figure out which one it was, but this one's different because I've been everywhere now that I know of, and it seems like there's nothing here that could possibly help me in my quest to find whatever under the sun is going to set this on fire, to get myself ready for the conjuring, to set the music going, or to call on the telephone. Okay, this is definitely the corridor from that computer screen back at the beginning. That is definitely what this is. I suppose in that case I should just bite the bullet and do the only thing that I know may have an effect on something. What if I set fire to myself? Okay, I can't walk into the fire. What if I just stand here and cough myself to death? Will that do anything? Nope, it doesn't do anything. if we kill myself properly. Fantastic. Oh dear. Okay, I am gonna have to do... Okay, I'm gonna have to do something that I really didn't want to do, but I don't feel that I have any other choice because I'm completely lost at this point. I just have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to do because I've walked around everywhere, I've been in every room, I've clicked on everything, I've read every document, I've clicked on everything. I seem to need a load of items, but I can't find any. There's no inventory system. So I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to do, and as such I'm going to have to end this game here because this game has defeated me. This game has beaten me. I haven't got a clue what I'm supposed to do. I haven't got a clue where I'm supposed to go, what I'm supposed to click on, where these items come from, or how I complete the ritual, which is a shame because I feel like I'm near the end of this game and I would love to see it through. I would love to see the end of this game, but I can't do it. I cannot for the life of me figure out what this is, and I can't find any walkthroughs online to get me through this particular puzzle, so I'm afraid that I am stuck. No, never mind. Foolish hopes that maybe that was a switch. Okay, never mind. So, quick general overview of what I think of this game. It's very good. The design is very nice. It's clearly had an awful lot of effort put into it. I really like this game. I really like this developer. He's clearly showing a lot of potential of stuff that he can make here. I've had my gripes previously about my opinions that puzzles don't belong in horror games, but that's beside the point. That's just a design choice, but it's whether I agree with that or not is beside the point. It's his game. He can do what he wants with it. Overall, I think this game is very good. I would like to see what else this developer has made because I think he's got a lot of potential for making really good stuff. But however, this game has defeated me. I can't complete it. I don't have a clue what I'm supposed to do, so I am very sorry. I hope you enjoyed as much of this game as I was able to show you. If you can figure out how to play it and get through it, good for you. If you have any ideas, I'm always happy to hear them, but I have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to do. But thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other, and good night.